Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well, and today I'm going to be going over the defence of duress by threat. Now, this is only one section of the defence of duress and necessity, but I'm doing just duress by threat in this video as, for me, it's a very long topic and I don't want to make you sit through one long video of everything, just me spouting information at you, because that's not fair. Also, I apologise for my voice. I'm suffering, but I thought I'd come on here and record a video anyway. So, as duress is a defence, it will be on the first paper, section 2, as it is defence to a crime, so it'll be on the crime section. So, let's get on with the video. Duress by threat, as a very basic definition, is where the defendant has been forced to commit a crime by threats that were made towards them. So this is a common law defence, and if it is available to the defendant, it will be a full defence and they will not face consequences. Duress by threat is not a defence for murder, which is the case of R.V. Howe. And it is not a defence to attempted murder, which is the case of R.V. Gotts. So the 6 elements of the defence came around in the case of R.V. Hassan, which are threat to cause death or serious injury. The threat was directed to the defendant, their family, or someone close to them. Whether the defendant acted reasonably in light of the threats, which is judged objectively. The threats were related directly to the crime. No evasive action could have been taken. And they cannot use the defence if they have voluntarily laid themselves open to threats. So, let's start with the first element. There must be a threat to cause death or serious injury. The threat element is pretty much in the title. It's a threat to cause death or serious injury, and in this case, serious injury is equivalent to GBH. The threat must be effective at the moment of the crime, but it does not need to be carried out immediately, which is the case of R.V. Hammond. And the cumulative effect of all the threats made can be considered, which is the case of Valderrama Vega. So this means if multiple threats were made, the courts can consider the effect that all of them have. The second element is who the threat is directed to. So this can be the defendant themselves, their family, someone close to them, or a person whose safety they would reasonably regard themselves responsible for. So if they were a caregiver to a child, something like that. The third element is whether the defendant acted reasonably in light of the threats, and this is judged in the R.V. Graham test, which is 2 elements, which are, was the defendant compelled to act in that way because they had reasonably believed that they had good cause to fear death or serious injury? Sorry, I'm reading this off a bit of paper because I'm never going to remember it all. And would a sober person of reasonable firmness with the same characteristics have acted in the same way, which is objective. And characteristics are just something that can make the defendant a little bit more sensitive. So this can be something like age, disability, pregnancy, things like that, that could just alter how the defendant reacts a little bit. And a good case for this is R.V. Bowen. The fourth element is that it must relate to the crime. So the threats were made in order to force the defendant to commit the crime. So an example of this would be, I will steal your dog if you don't rob this bank. That would be a threat that directly relates to the crime. The fifth element is evasive action, which means the defendant had no way of escaping the threats. They couldn't have gone to ask someone for help, saying, these people are making me do this, I need help. And a good case for this is R.V. Gill. However, if they are under police protection, then there is no defence, which is the case of Hudson and Taylor. The sixth element is the defendant laid themselves open to threat, which was defined in the case of R.V. Sharp as sort of if someone voluntarily and knowingly joined a criminal gang, a group of criminals, I don't know, which they know may put them in a situation where they are pressured to commit an offence, there is no defence. As they knew they may have to commit a crime, they may be put under pressure to do this. They have laid themselves open to these threats being possibly made towards them. So there would be no defence for that. And this is the case of R.V. Shepherd. So those are really the 6 elements of duress by threat. So I summed them up pretty quickly, and as I said at the beginning, I will do duress and necessity as its own defence in other times. So thank you for watching this video. I really hoped I could help, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.